No worries. I'm going to go ahead and start recording. So this call is kind of casual. And good morning, Jeanette. I didn't even say good morning to you yet.
Good morning. Same thing, what Jen was talking about. I didn't know if this was the right day or what. It had March 5th, but obviously I
That's
got
so
in.
crazy.
So,
I wonder, oh, you know what I did? I bet. Hold on. No, that is today's. I don't know. I don't know why that
always
is.
chose March 5th. And I
Huh.
think that it did the same thing last week, I think.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Was it also March 5th?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Wow. That's
And I
crazy.
thought, oh, and then I thought, oh, she's just having it once a month. That's what I thought.
No, no, no. I want to do it. I just want to have a spot every week. So if anybody has a question that, pressing or something that they want to share, this one is like the super casual, coffee talk every day, every week.
I'm
So,
so glad because I'm still in my pajamas.
well, hello. It's snowing in Dallas, Texas right now.
Global
It's
warming.
16 degrees.
My God.
Jeanette, what the heck are you doing up in Michigan? Are you like a popsicle? Oh, she
Oh,
must have.
sorry. Yeah, I got a call real quick. I think we're going to actually break the teams today. I think it's going to be up to 21, 22. But this is Michigan.
Yeah, I know. We're in the teens, and look
So,
at me. I'm like, just
oh no. Yeah. But it's cool. I just, do what I have to do when I have to do it. Otherwise, oh, I made the best soup. I cooked a turkey Sunday, and I made, turkey salad, yesterday. And
yeah.
today I got turkey soup like from the scraps. It is so good.
Send it. Did you do it like chicken noodle soup, but with
You
turkey?
know what I did? I did like my grand, kind of when you throw everything in the pot, all the leftovers.
Uh-huh.
I had vegetables. I started off with vegetables, but I still needed something. I
Yeah,
was debating between
protein.
potatoes or noodles, and I wound up throwing the noodles. But it was good. I just
Oh,
make up
good.
my own,
Yeah,
stuff.
that's what I do too.
Yeah.
That's what I do too. So I don't know. It could just be the two of us for our time together. There are three of us, I mean. It could just, who knows? So any pressing questions that either one of you have about your marketing efforts that we can talk through while we are here.
Just know. I mean, Jen, I'm sorry. Did I cut you off?
No, no,
No,
go.
no, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. I did go to that was Valentine's Day. I
You
went
did your
to
pop in.
I did my pop in, and I'm going to follow up. I'm going to follow up with them, and I'm going to add a couple more to it because I know what's coming up. St.
St.
Patrick's Day.
Patrick's. Yep. St.
Yeah,
Patrick's
yeah.
Day is coming up. So, and as well as other things, and I'm opening up the calendar just to and did you find your full calendar, Jeanette?
I did. I,
Okay, good.
I I forgot how I did it, but I
That's
found it.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I
yeah.
have a free version for people to like subscribe to the website so that I can send them messages and, see if they're interested in joining that kind of stuff. And then there's the premium calendar, which is what Marketing for Notaries members got for free. But it's not the free version. So I can see why that's a little confusing.
Yeah,
um,
yeah. But I found it. Thanks.
so in March, though, and I sent the thing out yesterday on in our community about National Nutrition and Hydration Week, and that it
Mhm.
being a really good time to, that's a great topic to talk about in follow-up emails, especially when you can, give people alternatives. And that's why I did my fast food list.
Yeah.
So you guys, I mean, obviously, if you have fast food items that you want to share with people, like, or tricks that you use for on the go, because if anybody knows about on the go nutrition, it's freaking mobile notaries.
That's
Because
right. I've done blog posts about it for
yeah,
Notaries more than once.
yeah, I mean, packing coolers in the car, the whole thing. So because who the heck wants to eat McDonald's every day? Blah.
Plug in warmers for your food so you can heat up your food and you don't have to worry about a microwave. Yep.
Yeah, you taught me about that. So any of those kind of tips that you want to offer people about, Because even like that plug-in food warmer that you were talking about, Jen, in a smaller office or something, they can still use something like that, to bring in some more nutritious food. And it seems counterintuitive because you're like, what does in the world does this have to do with being a notary? But you're not trying to relate to them as a notary and potential client. You're trying to relate to them as a
Human
human
being,
being.
a living, breathing, healthy human being.
Yeah, and say, here's the tricks I use. I want to offer these to you. And hopefully, honestly, over time, after a few of those, because Jeanette, you're going to do that follow-up from your pop-in, but you need to transition that follow-up into a monthly shout out. And that's where this marketing calendar really comes in handy, the premium one, because if you look on the left-hand side, I give you every month 5 different things that you can talk about, whether it's on a follow-up email, because I get this question all the time. And it makes sense why people would ask this, Jen. People tell me, uh, trainers tell me all the time, I need to provide valuable emails. What does that mean? I used to get so stumped by that in the early days. Like, what does that mean, providing a valuable, like, all I could think about, I was thinking so linear, all I could think about was sending them information about being a notary. And then I would wonder why nobody would respond. I wouldn't read that either. It's like,
No,
I don't want to get
nobody cares.
Nobody cares. I don't want
No,
to get an update from an attorney about a new something in their world. Like I can't even think of anything because I don't care. That's their world, right?
yeah.
So these kinds of thought-provoking topics that I put on there are either to inspire you or give you something to write about. And um gosh, Jen, in a couple months, in another month, we're going to have some help with this, aren't we? That just did you see that light bulb go off over my
Yeah,
head?
yeah.
Um, there's some new products that are coming out to help us with this, but this is one of the biggest questions I get. I don't know what to write. And then when I say like write it from your perspective, then people also assume, well, you mean I've got to launch into like novel about what's the topic in March? Creating a March Madness bracket or talking about I've got to launch into a novel about that. No, it
Oh,
only needs to be maybe 1 or 2 paragraphs long. It's a simple, hey, I'm still here. Don't forget about me. And here's something that I think that you would find valuable to,
and I
to
think
relate to
one of
another.
the things that advanced thinking business owners have to do is really have a minute where you sit down and think about, I am a notary, but I'm also a business owner, but I'm also
Mhm.
a mom, but I also love pit bulls, but I also love to garden, but I also love to. And so I have an example because last night I had a signing and I was meeting 2 people, the uncle and his nephew yesterday. And I got there, I was sitting there and I was on my iPad. A guy shows up with a folder and he sits at a different table. And I asked if he was waiting to meet somebody for notarization. And he said, yeah. I said, well, I'm your notary. So he came over. I asked a couple questions, but then I found out he has chickens. Well, I want you guys all to know that I'm the chicken expert. You might not know that about me, but I am. I
Yeah.
had chickens, and before I had chickens, I knew everything about chickens before I even had them. We had a wonderful conversation, but when you break down all the things you are, that gives you so much quality content, especially if you've connected with people on different aspects of who they are.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
Well,
I
and
try.
that was the whole point of just giving some topics every month is whether you actually write about that specific topic or it inspires you to write about something else. Then you're looking at things, you're looking at the person, like we said earlier, as a human versus a potential paycheck. And that's what gets lost is in the building authentic relationships definition
Mhm.
is not approaching the person, the office, um, the receptionist. Y'all know I hate that word gatekeeper that people call receptionist. The people there, you're approaching them as, I got to pitch this person and they're a potential business owner or a potential business income for me.
Mhm.
That drips off of you when that's what you think. It absolutely just, people can sense that. And if you approach things differently, if you approach a person as a this could be somebody that could transform my business. And for those of us, and Jeanette, how long have you been a notary? Remind me.
I've had my stamp since 2009, but I just sat on it, wasn't really doing anything. But I started my business at the end of 2000, so actually 2019.
Okay, so we've all
Yeah.
been in this game for a little bit, so you've seen that. So you know, you've had that encounter with people when they treat you like a paycheck versus an individual, and you don't want to give that impression to somebody else. So for March, obviously St. Patrick's Day is coming up, and one of the best responses I ever got, I would say definitely top 10. Um, is I went to the dollar store and they sell those green headbands that have this stupid little squigglies with the, look at me, with the little, what are they called? Four-leaf clovers
Yeah.
on a little spring or whatever. And I did pop-in marketing, like my static pop-ins, my regular bag that has the black bag that has
Yeah.
the pen and the post-it note and the candies in it, but I wore that little thing and it instantly made people laugh. And that was one of the ways that I realized, if you walk into somebody's office with a genuine smile and you say, I have a gift for you, as the first thing that comes out of your mouth. I just said it and Jen even smiled. It's just something that makes people smile. And it's sort of like, it just releases some of that tension in you when you see somebody smiling, because then you feel welcome. Because
Yeah.
of course we all go through that mental exercise of, I don't want to bother anybody. I don't want to make anybody feel like they have to talk to me. That is not
I've never
reality.
had thought process ever. Like I want to
No,
bother you. Yeah.
I did. I was
I know
worried about.
people do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's your resistance talking to you. That's making excuses for not doing the hard thing and projecting that excuse onto somebody else, because that makes it more valuable in your mind.
Mm.
You're used to disappointing yourself in some way, shape, or form, right? You didn't exercise today, you didn't stick to your eating plan, whatever, you beat yourself up about it. But if you can blame someone else for not having to do the hard thing, it makes it easier to not do the hard thing. So all of that, I don't want to bother somebody. That's all just resistance that comes from you. So try it with a smile. Try it by saying, just try it. Like, I brought you a gift, and then introduce yourself. Um, Try the stupid little headbands or something as you're doing it, because it just makes people smile. And for me personally, it was a confidence builder over
Yeah.
time by doing that. I became a little less embarrassed by doing something um,
Silly.
a little silly. I mean, and I am a little silly as a
Yes.
person. I love to lead with humor and all of that. Joanne, welcome. What are you doing in March for your marketing? We've just been talking about ways to get out in March.
Teresa's here too.
And Teresa, hi Teresa. Good morning.
Well,
Good
I'm going to
morning.
continue with the follow-ups,
Okay.
just going in and I guess this time I would, I don't know, is the referral interview, is that a marketing way in a sense?
What do you mean when you approach somebody about a referral interview?
Yeah, going into the offices.
I mean, I think if that's your intent, you know, if needing to find and have, I'm assuming you're talking about for attorneys, right?
Right.
Okay. So if needing to build out, because that we do have that need as notaries, we need to have an attorney list that we can refer people to. We are obviously going to be asked at some point along the way, oh, you do estate plan signings? Do you know somebody in that field that I can contact, right? Somebody's going to ask you that. So for that purpose in the beginning, I think it's great. I think at some point, you know, you transition away from that. Are you feeling, tell me how you're approaching that.
Um, well, just like that with that intent, because I am having clients, ask for, and I think I've mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. My mom's referring me to people she knows. And so I'm like, oh gosh, I better, yeah, get a variety of attorneys, more attorneys. I mean, I have, I would say maybe two reliable, and then one is out of state. So,
Yeah,
um,
I mean, building out that referral list is important. And I know it's confusing because in the beginning, you know, we got, when we launched, we got, and sorry for this, I'm just, it's like a 60
mhm,
here, we were talking, I'm just freezing. Um, in the beginning, we got a lot of questions about like, I don't understand why I'm approaching this as a referral interview, but it's one of those things where you have to, as a business owner, build out a solid referral partnership with some different people. And so just being honest about that on approach, you know, is important, but it doesn't have to be the only approach you have. Joe, have you tried
yeah.
something different?
Well, not for the attorney offices, but definitely like the assisted livings and places like that. I have done the, pop in baggy things.
Yes. Hmm.
Um, and I guess a way of, and again, I don't know if this is so much marketing, but I go back to the facilities that, revisiting them every so often and giving them a gift type of
Yes.
thing, following up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's my way of doing that as far as marketing.
I think that's a good point that you just made about, because I am um, at the very beginning stages of developing the 5-point marketing system for trust delivery agents. And you
Mhm.
will see it at the end of this year. But I think it's important to note that a normal pop-in that we talked about a few minutes ago, that I have a gift for you, and
Mhm.
going into a title office or a medical facility or whatever it is, doesn't necessarily translate that way in an attorney office. Like the vibe is different. Wouldn't you agree?
Right. Yeah. I've not done a gift like that. I mean,
Yeah, totally
um,
different vibe.
yeah, unless it's like a thank you, but of course it's an attorney I've worked with.
Exactly.
Oh, I am gonna do the Dawn thing. I have the Dawn. I have yet to the Dawn marketing. I love that. So yeah,
Yes.
I think it'll be
Jeanette and Teresa, do you know about the Dawn, the bottle of Dawn, or would you?
No, what you mean like Dawn, like
Dish
dishwashing soap?
soap, yes,
Oh,
from
okay.
the Dollar Tree. This came from Melissa Battle, who is a notary in Florida in the Tampa area. Or was it her? Yes, it was her. And she went and got like the Dollar Tree size bottle of Dawn, which isn't a sample size, isn't a full size. It's like this in between kind of size, and $1.25. And then she tied a ribbon around the neck with a little gift tag that she had written out that said, in case it dawns on you that you need a notary. Isn't
Oh,
that
that's cute.
genius? Here's what happened to her. Here's her story, Melissa's story. She did this years ago. And I want to say 12 years later, but let's say 7 years later, because that number's going through my head too, both of those numbers. I don't know why, but it was years later is the point. One of the men that she had given this to, he was in the office at the time. One of the people she had given this to saw her in a grocery store randomly in Tampa. And he was like, he said something about, oh, if it dawns on you, you might not remember me or something like that. And she's like, what are you talking about? And he said he was so impressed by that Dawn bottle, that he's been using that little joke. Oh, if it dawns on you, and gives it to people all the time. Isn't that amazing? Like a bottle of dish soap had that much impact on somebody. But if you think about it, everybody needs dish soap, whether they use it to wash their hands or wash their dishes in the laundry room. What I have a bottle of Dawn in the laundry room and the under my master bedroom sink, under, obviously in the kitchen, especially those spray ones. Those things are genius. I love those, that power spray. If you haven't tried it, get it. But it's such a great thing because it's something that every single person uses. And you're just, if it dawns on you, when it dawns on you, you need a notary. And then she had her business card attached to the little gift tag as well. And it was a huge hit. So things
So
like that.
did she just have one, or she had, because I'm assuming this is for the office people, correct?
It was for the office because she was trying to think of a singular thing to bring into an
Right.
office.
Right.
So
So did she mention if she brought more than one, or just one,
I believe she
or
just brought one per office and gave it to the receptionist. Is yeah. And but
okay,
great
okay.
question, Jeanette. But what a great idea.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm gonna have to do that because, well, the $12 that I spent on the what was it, Tim Horton little donut
Uh-huh.
holes. I was kind of skeptical because they weren't wrapped, but I figured, because they come in a little box thing, so that
Mhm.
was okay, right? They
Yeah,
weren't
yeah. I mean,
wrapped, but they came
just
from the
don't
yeah.
do any don't do anything homemade.
No,
I
no,
used
no, no,
I
no,
used to
no,
do that. You guys may not know this. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this. Joanne and Teresa might have, but my business name, around town, it's Neitzel Notary now. But it used to be a piece of cake notary. And I used to bring a cupcake with me to every closing I did. That business model did not last very long because that's a lot of work. It was homemade cupcakes. And one day, Jeanette, I decided to bake muffins for a title office. And I'm not really a great baker. I don't know where this idea came from, other than I was banking on my sister-in-law, who is a great baker, to help. But yeah, I brought over half-baked muffins and watched the branch manager bite into it right in front of me, and it was all gooey in the middle. So don't do home baked stuff. And especially, nowadays, post-COVID, I just think it's probably not the best idea. But I think something like what you did, like where it's boxed from a reputable company, is perfectly fine. It's absolutely fine. But if you did the bottle of Dawn, Jeanette, you save yourself $11 per pop-in. All right. Hi, Teresa. Tell us what you're doing. It sounds like you might be in the car when you said hi earlier. Ah, I was right.
Yes, I'm in the car
Hi. What are you
driving.
doing for March?
Hi. March, I'm thinking of the dollar store has $1.50 hummingbird feeders. I think I'm going with that again.
Oh, okay.
I did it 2 years ago, and I
Yes.
think I might do it. I'm thinking
You
I
did get a
might do
good
it again.
response on
And
that,
then
didn't you?
yeah, I did. And then I make up a little packet of it's 4 to 1, so I make up a little packet of sugar, 4 teaspoons of sugar, and then they can mix it with, water, and then I attach that in my business card.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
I,
Okay,
I
guys.
have I have a quick question, if you don't mind.
No, go for it.
Um, I'm getting my business cards are getting low, so I need to um get new ones. I am having a problem with, I have the, what is it, RQ code, and it goes to my website, but you have to kind of navigate that in order to, because I'm giving it to it so they can, mostly leave me a review. But it's
Mhm.
it's too hard for people, I think, to navigate over to my Google page. So, did I ask you this before? But I wanted, can I get that QRQ code to go straight to my business Google
Yeah.
page.
Yeah, you just copy the URL, which is at the very top of the screen where it says https://www.gmail.
Okay.
So you just create a link between those two.
And
And
then
it's
when
a
I print them
QR
up, when I
code.
have them printed up, yeah.
Yeah.
It will generate its own QR code or
No, you have to have a QR code generator. So you can get which browser do you use? Chrome?
use Chrome. And now before when I had my other, I went through Vista and they did it.
Mhm.
So if I can just go through them, and provide them the, that link, can I just do that?
Yeah, they'll do it. Yeah.
Okay.
But you have to have a QR code generator and create you're going to create a second QR code for the Google Business link. It's not going to be the same QR code you had for your website.
Right. Correct.
So you're going to create a separate one for that. And
Well,
yes,
I'm thinking that I just need one.
right.
What
You
do
don't
you
need to
think?
have two. Right. No, you don't need to have two. So you can,
Right.
if that's what you want to put on your business card instead of a booking link, then create a new code for like pull up your Google business profile. And then
Mm-hmm.
as you're looking at it on the main screen, copy that URL at the top. And
Okay.
then I use QR code generator is the name of the website I use to create them. But Chrome also
Okay.
offers a QR code extension. And you can Google that on how to use those as well.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Thank you.
And then just reach out if you have any questions about that.
Okay. Thanks.
So last question before we go, who wants to volunteer to read my book I'm launching? I need to add some more volunteers, and what I'm looking for, I'm writing a book, or I've written a book. Oh, it's right here. Ah, finally, it's taken me 5 years. Teresa knows this, how long this has taken me. It's about the 5-point marketing system. And it's actually written from the point of view of a service-based business model. It is not, while I use Notary as an example, it is not a case study. It is not all about being a notary. So it's about just small business ownership. So I am looking for some volunteers in our group, our Marketing4Notaries group, that want to be part of the launch team. And here's what that means. Here's the commitment. On Monday, this coming Monday, you will get a PDF copy of the book. And within 2 weeks, I would need you to read it. And I have a list of questions I'd like for you to answer. I mean, it's nothing, super complicated. Provide any feedback, anything from, hey, you missed a comma here to you misspelled this, or I don't like this idea. This doesn't make sense here, any of that stuff. And then also leave me a review so that I can get this thing launched as a bestseller on Amazon when I self-publish. So would any of the three of you be interested in reading an advanced copy and offering a review? No pressure. You don't have to say yes.
I love to,
Let me
but
think
next
about it.
2
Let me
weeks is
think about
busy.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jeanette, you want to think about it?
Yeah, because I don't want to commit,
Yeah, no,
I
get
gotta
back to
see what
me.
I got.
Joanne, you said the next 2 weeks is busy.
Yeah.
Teresa raised her hand. Is that a yes? Yep, she's in. Awesome. I just want to, like, I've got it going out to people like Bill and Sue Hope and Jim Allen and all those guys. And while that's all great and good, I also want to get some perspective from people that are in the field managing their day-to-day mobile business who are already familiar with the 5-point marketing system. And you guys are. So Teresa, thank you. Joanne, Jeanette, let me know. Joanne, if you change your mind, let me know. It is no big deal. Because if you can't commit to reading it, I get it.
Yeah.
Some
Will do.
yeah, some weeks I can't. It's not terribly long, but I think it's around 25,000 words or something. So
Jen,
it's
have
very
you sent an email like to the members? on who'd like to do that?
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm
Oh, okay.
gonna ask them. What? Oh, today is Wednesday, so yeah, it'll be later today. I'm gonna ask them on Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, I'm gonna ask, who can commit to reading it. It's a pretty easy read. I tried to keep it funny,
Mm.
and it's not like a boring textbook or anything like that. I don't like to read anything like that, and I didn't want to write anything like that. So tried to keep
Okay.
some humor in it. And I've got some of my funny stories in there and all that good stuff. But I think I know the system works because I've seen it work for myself and so many others. So I want to get this out into the world. So finally. Yay.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, have a fabulous rest of your week. We are here every Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. my time for the Teresa and Joanne, 8 a.m. your time, 11 a.m. for you, Jeanette. Whether it's a Building Authentic Relationships call or coffee talk. And have a fabulous week. I will see you on our next call, guys. Bye.
You too. Thanks, Jen.
You got it. Have a great day.